Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. In this video, we are going to talk about another feature that became permanent in Java 16, that was introduced preview 1, Java 14, preview 2, Java 15, and now it became part of the language that is called pattern matching for instance of. If you remember, when we were talking about polymorphism, somewhere like here, for this tomato, every time we were working with instance of, we had to create another variable here or do a little cast to execute the method that we wanted. Now with instance of the new pattern matching for instance of, this has a little of a, let's say, shortcut that it's very welcomed. Now let's come here to the domain and let's create two classes. One will be employee, and employee will be, well, let's create only one attribute, constructor, and then getter. And another class, let's call developer. Developer is an employee, and we are going to create here, let's say, what's the main language of this developer. And then you can create a constructor and then getter main language. Okay, so for the developer, we are going to create a test for it. And we're just going to create a simple test. We are not going to be fancy on this one. Public void instance of executes child class method when object is of child type. Well, that's almost as big as Game of Thrones, but it's pretty descriptive. And then we are going to create here employee. Be careful with the package zzk employee. Let's call employee developer. So employee developer, because this will be a developer. So we are using polymorphism, and we're going to pass ID1. And what's the main language of this developer? Of course, it's Java. And then going the old way, if we wanted to call the main language from this employee variable, we would need to make sure that employee developer is an instance of developer. So if it is, we can do a cast. So developer, then developer, employee developer, and then we can assert assertions.assert equals that this developer dot get main language, actually is this way. First is Java is equals to developer dot get main language. So when you execute this, Ctrl Shift F10, you should get success. Now, if you put a breakpoint and then press Shift F9, you will see that if you press F8, this is a developer. So the object is a developer. Now, what is the pattern matching for instance of? Basically, the shortcut is like this. You have the instance of, but then you can just declare the variable right after the name of the class. So for example, we could call developer, or we'll call D or dev. And now, by the time we reach line 18, we already know for sure that this dev is a developer. And then we can do without having to cast dev.get main language. So if you're not sure if this is going to work, just put a breakpoint, Shift F9, and you will notice that this line will stop. And as you can see here, dev is they have the same hash code. So we are talking about the same object. And of course, our test is successful. So simple feature, but very welcomed. Okay, so let's continue with more topics in the next video. Bye bye.